Okay, right. So this task 1.7 is slightly similar to something we have done, I believe, earlier. I feel like I've seen something that looks like this. We were flexing budgets um, earlier in the assessment. So let's go here. So it says here you have this original budget um, that sorry, for 185. I don't know, this is in the way anyway, but you can sort of see where I can't move this. 185,000 units, and they only make 175,500. And that's the original budget, month one, flexed. Right. So we know it says materials and variable costs. So you're selling, if the plan was to sell this amount based on 185, based on 185,000, we can find out what the cost is, the selling price of is the budgeted selling price of one unit is by simply, of course, 1,535,500 divided by 185 times, of course, um, the number of units you actually sold, which was 175,500. So plug that into your calculator, bang, and you should get 145,650. So we can see there's in the end, you ended up dropping the price, but that's what you should have sold at that budgeted selling price. Remember, we're flexing the budget means that this is the original budget for 185,000 units. This is the budget for 175,500 units because you also have the actual at 175,500 units. Okay, great stuff. That's the first thing. So it says the material is variable, so this is nice. So we know that again, this is literally 490,250 divided by 185,000 times 175,500. Okay, so what do we have here? We have 490,250 divided by 185,000. Yeah, we have that, and we now have that equals to, oh, sorry, and be careful. Yes, that is 185,000. Yes, times multiply that by 175,500, and you have 465, 465,075. 675. Right, brilliant. Not a bad question here. The next one, it says the fixed labor is a semi-variable cost. So labor is semi-variable. So in this budget here, we have a fixed element of 73,500. So what I should do is take that away, 151,200 minus 73,500. That's the fixed element to get the variable element. So you have 151,200 minus 73,500, which is 77,700. So this variable element varies over these number of units. This is fixed, so I will need to just keep this. So 77,700 divided by 77,700 divided by 185,000 times, of course, 175,500 divided by 185,000 times 175,500 is 73,710. So I have 73,710, and I now add on the fixed element. Remember, this is a semi-variable cost of 73,500. This is a fixed element, and now I've isolated or got out the variable element. Add those two together, 73,500, and you have here 147. You have a 147,210. Equipment hire is a stepped cost, budgeted to increase every 19,000 units. So the question again must be based on the 185,000 units, divide that by 19,000 and see how many steps there are. Divided by 19,000 takes you to 9.7, which is really the 10 steps. So 10 steps. So what is the current cost in there? So 10 steps, equipment hire, 10 steps there is nice at 20,000. So we have a 20,000 cost per step. That's why at 10 steps it's 200,000, right? So now your thing here is is 175,500. So 175,500 divided by 19,000 gives you the new number of steps divided by 19,000 gives you 9.2. So you're still at 10 steps. It's just 9.2, which is still 10 steps. So you still have equipment hire of equipment hire of 200,000. That's not changed. That's not changed. Great. And production overhead is a fixed cost. So production overhead is a fixed cost, and therefore that remains firmly at 29,680. 29,680. And so we have all these costs. And so the total cost is adding all this together, and when we add all this together, we get 841 9 841 965. 841,965. And then of course we now deduct this cost from this revenue to receive a figure of 614,685. That's the picture here. That's the profit, and that's come out of our revenue. Well, profit, which is the difference between our revenue minus our total cost. Cool, great stuff. Let's carry on. Cool, great question here. Great question here. Here you're just being asked to whoops. Oh no. Oh no. Let's make sure we escape this. All right. I don't know what happened there. I pressed the wrong thing. I'm just going to cancel that. Hopefully it just goes back to where I was. Okay, great stuff. So erase. Cool, great stuff. And then let's just come back here. Come back here. And we're here. Okay, great. So what am I saying? So what we have here is a high-low method, linear regression, literally saying look for the lowest and highest activity. Lowest activity is March. Highest activity is May. So you have 10,000 because we're creating the idea of a straight line, and 15,000 if you like. And that's really the point we're trying to work out here. So we are 10,000 here is 48,500, and 15,000 is 67,250. Right, and so that's the issue here. We can do that. So we're literally just sort of finding. I mean, please, there's so many of these exercises in the exam kit. I'm just really literally walking through this now, so you should be comfortable with what I'm doing right now. So literally, I'm just literally going 67,250 minus 48,500 divided by 15,000 minus 10,000. That's equal to 67,250 minus 48,500. That's 18,750 divided by 5,000 which is equal to £3.75. So the variable cost per unit is £3.75. And all I have to do is just plug that into one of these. So I'm just going to go with March. For example, with March, at £3.75 times 10,000. That is, of course, yes, 37,500. So 37,500 is the variable cost for March, and the total cost of that. That means that the fixed cost, of course, must be, of course, the difference, because that's equal to 48,500. The question is, what is that fixed cost? Now 48,500, and you have 11,000. So you have fixed costs of 11,000. Okay, right. Let's look at the next one. Yeah, and I said the good thing, like I say, of with the exam kits is I've seen similar questions like this in the exam kit, so this should not be new to you when you see this question. So X Limited requires 14,000 kilograms of material Q. It has a list price of £2, and they give you discounts as the more you buy. So you want to buy 14,000. You require 14,000 kilograms. So the first thing is that the first 1,000 kilograms cost you £2. So that's £2,000, and you receive a discount of 2%. So basically, you're going to pay 98% of this, right? So that's 2,000 times 0.98. So you're paying 19,000. Sorry, 1,960. So that's the next thing. Then the next 1,000 that you buy, same thing, £2. So that's 2,000. Gets you a discount of 3%. So you're paying 97% of that. So 2,000 times 0.97. So you're paying 1940. Yeah, so that's 1, and that's 2. Okay, great. And then the next 3,000 times 2 is 6,000, and you get a discount of 4%. So you're paying 96% of that. So 0.96 times 6,000, and that's 5,760. Right, excellent. Then it says that all further purchases. So so you've done 1, 2. That's 2,000 plus 3,000, 5,000, and you want 14,000. So that's 5,000. So the next 9,000, because you want 14,000 at £2, gets a discount of 6%. So you're going to be paying not 18,000 but 0.94 of that, because you get a 6% discount. So 0.94 times 2 times 9,000 is 16920. And it says when total purchases exceed 10,000, 2% is available on everything. So let's add all this first. So my task is to add this 1690 plus 1960, which is that one, plus 1940, which is this one, plus 5760, which is the last one. So you have a total of 26,580. And it's now saying you now get a further 2% discount off this. So you're only taking 98% of this. Of course, it's 0.98, which is equal to 26048.4. 26048.40. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening with that one. Okay. That's the first point. Cool. Okay, and this is the final part of this task. So let's just come here. So here, it's asking you to basically compare the two and then find out what's adverse, if it's adverse or not. Well, that was the budget 4334. We're assuming this is a flex budget. That's the best we have to go. We know it is because it tells us to go back to X Limited. 4334, what you actually spent was more. So this is adverse, first of all. The question here is just to what effect. So because we start with the budget, and we're now talking about actual, the difference is compared or looked at as a percentage of the budget. So I've always talked about that. This is the starting point. So 4567 minus 4334. 4567 minus 4334 is equal to 233. So 233. So 233 divided by 4334 times 100%. That's where you're going. And what we see there is what we see is a percentage of 5.38%. So that's 5.38, and that's adverse, right? It's an adverse situation. Now, the purpose of a flexible budget, this is slightly different to a flex budget. A flexible budget is where we have, we're looking at the number of outputs all at that original budget. So whatever, 10,000 units, 15,000, 20,000, 25, 30, 35, and we're literally applying the same thing. So the truth is, most of the time, well, it doesn't have to be. It's possible that one of the actual budget will be close to one of these, and we now pick that one out, and that becomes the flexed budget that we pick out. But anyway, this is your flexible budget. The whole point here. And really, again, here, we can. The whole point here is that the purpose of a flexible budget here is that the business can compare, um, well, again, actual and plan. So whatever actually happens, whatever actually happens, we can now compare that, of course, with what was planned because we're literally just picking out um, one of the key budgets from here to compare with that, and we can see what the movements are. And again, we're able to fairly evaluate because you see when we are looking at cost budgets, especially, we want to do that based on the actual number of units. So it's useless sort of just comparing. We know this by some sort of fixed budget. Imagine this is 20,000 and this is 10. We can't compare. It's like apples and pears. So what we want to do is we want to um, get as close as we can to the actual units that are involved. So the first two work. Yeah, I think these aren't strong enough answers. I wouldn't. Yeah, not really. I think these were closer, much stronger, closer answers to what we wanted. Super, great stuff. That's task 1.7.